eventually, that prices had to hit a top. We couldn't have our incomes appreciating on this plane and house values appreciating up here. They couldn't create any looser programs. The next step, and there was even talk about this, was 100-year amortization. They do it in Japan. There's actually talk about 100-year amortization. I thought that was the only way that this is going to keep going. We couldn't loosen up these anymore except throw full docs out the window and just rationality had to sit in at some point. But we were getting this added supply on the market. They were chasing easy money, and for the first time we had these big companies, you know, your Toll Brothers and your K. Hovanians. Sure, we've had them before, but they were never backed by the Wall Street money that they have now. I mean, Wall Street loves a winner. You show 2, 3, 4 quarters of prime results, which they were doing, and Wall Street threw more money on them, made it easier for them to buy and build. How many rehabbers are in the room? Yeah, it's all your fault. Look, you all jumped on the rehabbing, so now we've got these big builders throwing supply in the market, right? They're manufacturing these homes faster than any before. And they're throwing up there. Hey Nick, what's the construction like on these homes? Not too good, right? So we got not too good construction. We're throwing these things up. We're mass producing them off assembly lines. Then we got the rehabbers getting in the game, right? Look, when I was investing in the stock market, I took a class at Cornell with this stock market guru guy. And he said to me, when your taxi driver starts giving you stock tips, it's time to get out. So here I am, I'm working in the city, I'm practicing law, and I get in, and the guy who's doing the car service turns around and starts asking about stock tips. Right after that, the stock market crashed. Now, I'm not saying that you should always base your judgments on taxi drivers, but when everybody else is running in, that means it's time to get out. And when the show appears on Flip This House, I remember turning to a buddy of mine and said, uh-oh, this is a sign here when Flip This House is now a top-rated show on TLC. Also, you got small speculative builders. Guys buying properties, splitting up the lots and selling them. A good friend of mine, Ross Catanzarite, bought a piece of land, built like a $1.3 million house. He got out in time. But if he tried to do that now, he would get slammed. I can't tell you how many people I talk to as a mortgage agent, as an attorney, who are sitting on houses that they bought the land, built on spec, and they can't get rid of. How many people who bought a house before they sold their last house and now are carrying 2 mortgages? And real quick, on the speculation, look, I'm not going to pretend like I knew this was coming, all right? I was trying to speculate like everybody else. I partnered up with a builder, my friend Ross Catanzarite from Nutley. I was looking around Hoboken and Jersey City. At this point I was looking at Jersey City. I owned a bunch of apartment buildings in Hoboken and Jersey City. But I was looking for raw land in Jersey City like you wouldn't believe. I was spreading the word to the investment club. I want to build a skyscraper. This was my dream. Ross Catanzarite and I had made a bunch of money. We had flipped some stuff. I got a pot of cash here. I'm going to build an 80-story tower, and I'm going to cash out, and this is going to pay for my kids for the rest of the time. This is my big out. And I couldn't find anybody to sell me anything that made sense. There's no land that made sense. And I looked for like a year and a half. This is when the market was nice and hot. So then all of a sudden, I stopped looking. A year goes by, and someone calls me up and says, "You still looking for land to build?" I said, "Yeah, I am." Sent me over the prospectus. Looked great, had approvals and everything. Set up a meeting with Ross Catanzarite, said, "We're going to do this." And then I got another call. "You still looking for land?" Said, "Yeah." And before I knew it, they all started rolling in. Because what had happened is when the market started to turn, everybody who had built on these projections realized that they weren't going to be able to hit their numbers on these condos, that Jersey City was overbuilt, and they all started rolling in. So I was not going to be the last person to get on that train. But I was looking to build my apartment building in Jersey City. Maybe someday, but a couple things have to happen. And what's our new factor here? We got small builders, we got speculation. Come on. That's part of it. We'll get to that. Boom, foreclosures. How long have I been talking about foreclosures? I've been talking in this club about foreclosures for a real long time. I'll admit right now, I had no idea that it was going to have this kind of impact. Foreclosure rate jumped 9% in 1 month, from July 2007 to June, from June 2007 to July. We're up 93% in the last year. I was talking on this stage a year ago about how wonderful this foreclosure market's going to be, and I still believe it's going to be the opportunity, except I did not think it was going to take down Bank of Arizona and Greenpoint and all these big lenders, and I did not think that Countrywide was going to be in trouble. I did not think that Countrywide would have to get bailed out by Bank of America in order to still stay afloat. So it took me for a shot. That's for sure. Now, here's the good news: is we're not even close to the hardest hit for the foreclosures. So that's going to keep some of the inventory off. What's number one? California, right? A lot of speculation in California. Florida, tons and tons of speculation in Florida. Places like Nevada, around Las Vegas. Texas is getting whacked real hard. These places. We have industry around here. We got an increasing population base for a reason, because of the immigration, right? Because a lot of new Americans coming in here, and because of the good economy and the industrial base that we have here. So we're okay.